Welcome back, everyone, to our playthrough of the career mode here in NASCAR Heat 2. So I must say, after our last video, our last race at Phoenix, I am even more excited about our science project that we have going right now. And again, if you haven't been with us through the entire series to this point, our Let's Play series, then I'll give you a brief summary. We started off in the truck series with the science project entailing signing with a 4-star team that would limit us in the amount of grip and horsepower that we had. And that had some really good results, quite frankly, on some different types of tracks. However, it wasn't perfect, so we decided to change things up for our first season in the Xfinity cars by choosing a 5-star team, but severely limiting our setup options and really trying to tighten the car up and force us to really slow the car down. So that we have to pay attention more to how we drive it, and we just don't have the outright speed to pass a lot of these guys. And so far, I think it's doing a great job. Now we're back for another big track. So we just had our first short track of the year at Phoenix. Now we're returning to the bigger tracks. We've had a couple of 1.5-mile tracks so far, excluding Daytona, which is its own animal in and of itself. But now we're back to a 2-mile track. So a big track where we're going to be able to run either wide open or very close to it. And I say that because my hope is that I can't run it wide open, that the setup will keep us from being able to do that and thus slow us down and make for some much more interesting racing. But that's what we're going to have to find out. I'm ready to go. Let's head to Auto Club. Before the race starts, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the setup itself. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail about this. I'll go into a lot more detail when I post the setup videos for each track on the channel. So here I just want to hit on a couple of high notes. Basically everything is the same on the left side of the screen from the shocks and the weight settings. The shocks, this is a pretty bumpy track, so I'm just trying to help out a little bit with that using the lower shock settings. The spring settings, 700 and 900 pounds on the front. That's just to help out with the bumpiness of the track as well. Otherwise I'd be using the 1,000 and 1,200 from the last video. Still 350 pounds on the springs. Tire settings, didn't really mess with those a whole lot either. Miscellaneous settings look identical to what we had last time, with the exception maybe of brake bias and some grill tape, things like that I'm not really particularly worried about all that much. We're not going to be braking here, so I'm not terribly worried about the brake bias. And then the gear settings, again, this is going to be dependent on the track, so I expect that to change quite a bit as the year goes on. So that's our setup. Let's see how we do in the race. All right, folks, here we go. Looks like they're going to give me the bottom on the restart here, on the start of the race, and I'm going to take it. I'm just going to pass all these cars that we possibly can before we get to turn 1. All right, trying to make sure I stay on the bottom and give these guys plenty of room. I only ran maybe a lap or so of practice, and then of course 1 qualifying lap, so I'm not exactly sure how deep I can drive it in, particularly from this terrible angle all the way on the bottom. So we're going to feel our way through it. So far so good. The car is very tight, as it should be. Started 23rd. All right, so not bad. We made up a few spots here. We're up to 17. Go ahead and get off the gas early. Try to hold the bottom. Couldn't quite keep it down there, but not too bad. All right, now it's just going to be a drag race down the straightaway. We don't have the benefit of the draft. It looks like we came out pretty good on that. Oh yeah, good run coming off this corner. Good run. I would like to be able to use the entire track. That does not look like it is going to be a possibility for us just yet. Yeah, there we go. We're able to get under these guys and definitely carry more speed through turns 1 and 2 than they are. We'll see if that continues to be the case as we move toward the front. see what we can do with Casey Kane here. But yeah, I am completely out of the gas on corner entry at both ends of the track. All right, so we've made our way into the top 10 now. After only 3 laps, we now move on to lap 4, and we've got 17 more laps to try to get to the front. Let's see how hard we can drive it through here. Brendan Gaughan drove it in deeper than us. All right, not too bad. Made up some ground on the top 8, which are right in front of us. Oh, there we do it. That was very good drive from the center of the corner there. Yeah, we're going to make up some nice ground off the corner. You see Sadler there immediately in front of us. We got a great run on these guys. See how many of them we can pass in turns 1 and 2. Oh, drove it in too deep. Can't get it down to the bottom. And you can see that is going to cost us with Sadler, but maybe not. He drove it in harder than we did, but we were able to fight back coming off the corner. Let's see if we can drag race him. Yep, we beat him off the corner. All right, we are in great shape now. We are now up to 4th position if we can hold on to this. Let's see if we can run some really good laps and run this top bunch down. You can see they're driving into the corner deeper than me, but in general, I'm beating them from the center off. Let's see if I can hold it. Oh, ouch. Elliott Sadler running into us there for what I can only deem as no particular reason. Trying to hold this spot from these guys. This is all the speed we've got. We really need to keep the inside open. There we go. We got down a little bit lower that time. Ooh, almost drove it too hard off the corner and got into the wall. All right, let's go ahead and hit A a couple of times and pull up the standings and see where we are and if we are indeed catching the guys in front of us. So 1.3 seconds when I looked up that Justin Allgaier was in front of us. Now that's down a couple of tenths just through 3 and 4. All right, 13 laps to catch them and pass them and get that victory. Let's see what we've got. Trying to be as patient as I can, getting back to the throttle through the center, with the focus obviously being on carrying as much speed off the corner as I possibly can. Make these long straightaways benefit us. There we go, a good corner there. Very good corner. All right, now here shortly we should start to get a tow from these 3 cars in front of us, and that'll definitely help us to catch them on the straightaway. Trying to drive it in a little bit deeper that time. Oh yeah, that worked out. Excellent corner for us there. But you can see at the top of the screen, we're reeling them in, but not all that quickly. I think we're going to have time to catch them. The good news is they're all clumped together. So if we catch one, we basically caught all 3. And immediately I noticed that we have 2 of our teammates running 2nd and 3rd. All right, I think I got too aggressive with the gas pedal there. Yep, I'm going to have to get completely out of the gas. I wanted so badly to stay in it, but I was a little bit too hard on it too early. The good news is it really didn't seem to hurt us on our speed. Yeah, we didn't really lose any time to the 3 cars in front of us, and part of that is they're fighting hard amongst themselves. All right, so now that we're this close to them, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the standing screen. No need. We're close enough to them to see them directly out of our windshield now, so we don't need to know how far behind we are. We can measure that in car lengths at this point. Oh yeah, we had a great turn 3 and 4 there. Yep. In fact, I think we're going to be able to get to their inside on the straightaway. We may be able to take the lead going into turn 1. All right, let's not overdrive the entry of turn 1. All right, Eric Jones. Let's see. There's somebody out beside me, I think. Yep, I can hear him out there. I think that's Allgaier out there. Great run off 3 and 4. Again, that's where we make up our time against these guys, from the center of the corner off. I'm going to try to draft him a little bit. He's trying to block the inside, which is a smart move because that's where I've been making all of my passes. All right, we're going to be able to clear him. No, we are not. He is going to fight back. You can see the other 2 cars are staying right there as well, so they have not given up by a long shot. All right, good run off the corner. And I see William Byron is trying to peek down below us a little bit. So yeah, it's a four-man battle right now. All right, let's try again to the bottom. Try to drive it in a little deeper. Keep it on the bottom. There we go. I think we got a pretty good grip coming off. Nope, he's still going to pull us down the straightaway. Try to catch a little draft on the straight. Once again, he comes down to the bottom to block. Ooh, I got to stay off of him. He touched a little bit there. A little bit of rubbing. All right, now the higher up the track I can be on entry, that will help me to maintain speed through the center, and it'll also push him up the track so that he can't get through the corner as good. All right, let's see how we get off the corner. All right, so yep, he's still there. We haven't quite made the pass yet. See if we can get it done down here in 3 and 4. All right, I heard the all clear. Yep, and I can see in my mirror the all clear. Excellent. Now let's see if we can stay here. 5 more laps. This is where you just got to try to hit your marks. All right, they drive it in deeper. But I've got to beat them on exit. I could actually drive it in deeper than I am. The problem would be then getting the car to turn in the center of the corner to carry a lot of speed on exit. So I don't want to sacrifice the exit for speed on entry. All right, I think we're now able to start pulling ahead a little bit more on them. 4 more to go. There we go, able to get the car basically down to the bottom. Maybe a half lane off the bottom, and then a good exit. And I can see in my mirror that they are fighting amongst themselves for second, which is good for us. Hopefully we can drive away to a victory. right, good corner there. I can always tell when I drive it in too deep because I can't quite get the car down as low as I want through the corner. Kind of like what happened right there. Then I have to be even more patient with the throttle on exit or it will shove up into the wall. All right, luckily for us, no pressure for behind. Yeah, we are just wearing this right front out, leaning on it very hard. Makes the car very stable, but essentially makes the car slow as well. In this case, though, it's fast enough. Last lap. Didn't quite hit the marks I wanted to there. All right, a good corner here to finish it off. So we'll bring home the victory, our second of the year in Fontana. Very nice. All right, let's let the race results come back around to the top because I do want to see just how much we ended up winning by. Okay, so a little over a second there at the end, so not bad, not bad. We definitely didn't dominate. It took us a little while to get to the front. Would have been more difficult had the AI not just completely given me the whole inside half of the track, particularly at the beginning of the race. All right, so as you would expect, this second win of the season not only keeps us in the lead in the point standings, but now stretches that out to 20 points. And then the other winners, we got Elliott Sadler and William Byron that won at the beginning of the year, and then Blake Cook, who won at Phoenix. So that rounds out, we've already got 4 winners on the year. So yeah, we may very well have several winners by the time the season is over. Regular season, that is. All right, so we indeed had the fastest lap of 40.8. We'll go ahead and head back to the main screen. All right, so we completed our incentive contract. Very nice. Payout of $40,000. And then we get a note from Ben Kennedy. You see someone hit 20 lifetime wins and start to think they may be doing something right. Way to go. All right. Yeah, 20 wins is not bad at all. We're going to look at it, though, as just a start. All right, now we come to, finally, our first hot seat offer of the season. I wasn't sure how many races into the season it would take before we got it, and here we are. So the 47 car, normally driven by A.J. Allmendinger. So we could use your help driving the 47 car at Martinsville this Sunday. Get a top 25 finish, and we might consider working with you in the future. Okay, so Martinsville, another one of the tracks that we have dominated in the past. So another chance to see how our new setups are going to work. But that'll be in our next video. For now, thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned for more career mode playthrough here in NASCAR Heat 2.